I'm going to share with you a very simple hadith, yet very interesting hadith and very comprehensive hadith. This hadith is narrated by Hazrat Abdullah ibn Masud radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wasallam said that inna ahadakum la ya'malu bi'amali ahli al-jannah hatta ma yakunu baynahu wa baynaha illa zira'un fayasbiqu alayhi al-kitab fayamalu bi'amali ahli an-nar fayadkhuluha. By the one who there is no deity other than him. It may be that a person does the action of the people of the paradise. It's possible that a person does the action of the people of the paradise until there is nothing between him and the paradise except for an arm's length. But then what happens? He starts doing the action of the people of the hellfire, and then fayadkhuluha, then he enters into the hellfire. Throughout his or her life, he was engaged in the actions which were the actions of the people of the paradise. But towards his end, towards her end, he did transgression, and then he is entering into the hellfire. And then Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that it may be a person does the action of the people of the hellfire until there is nothing between him and the hellfire except for an arm's length. He's there to enter into the hellfire, but things changed, and then he started doing the actions of the people of the paradise, and then he enters into the paradise. There are certain things we learn from this hadith, my brothers and sisters. Number one, our actions are judged by our intentions. No matter how massive your action is, beautiful your action is, but if there is no any sincerity in the heart, your intention is not true and pure, rather it is corrupted, then that action has no weight in the presence of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, has no value and has no worth in the presence of the one who's controlling our life. Every year you're doing Hajj, you're spending hundreds of thousands on it, but there is something lacking in your heart. Your heart is not pure, your mind is not pure. And on the other side, the person who never performed the Hajj, but he had that desire to perform the Hajj, but because of his means, because of her means, physical strength or the financial strength, the person couldn't perform the Hajj. But he had that true desire, he will still get the reward of the 100 Hajj on the Day of Judgment. Second thing, everything is preordained by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We may be planning for something, we may be striving for something, but end of the day, only that happens which happens with the permission of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Third thing, we need to constantly renew our iman. We need to constantly renew our faith, and we need to make sure we constantly refresh our intention as well, and we correct our intentions as well. While we do any action, small action, big action, small deed, big deed. For that reason, Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to say, Jaddidu imanakum, O my Sahaba, O my companions, keep renewing your faith. So it was asked to him, Ya Rasulullah, how we can renew our faith? Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, Qul la ilaha illallah. Because we never know what we said in a conscious state or unconscious state, or certain things without the knowledge, or with the knowledge we end up doing in our life, and we didn't know the disaster that action can cause. So that is why we need to keep renewing our iman, renewing our faith. And the fourth thing that we learn, we must always be on guard, and we should never ever think that my actions are enough to save me on the Day of Judgment from the wrath of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We should always have this optimism, we should always have this hope that indeed Allah is going to allow me to enter into the paradise. He is oft forgiving and the most merciful. But at the same time, we should never develop this attitude and this concept and this understanding and this idea that, okay, look, I struggled a lot in last 10 years. I performed Hajj, performed Umrah, I fasted and even did the optional fasting. So now I should go easy on myself. Wa'bud rabbaka hatta ya'tiyakal yaqeen. Worship your Lord, remember your Lord till your last breath. That's how we have to live our life, my brother. Don't allow these thoughts to pass to your mind that you are a pious person, righteous person. Just slip few things here and there in Islam. Allah is oft forgiving, most merciful, that's okay. I can do certain things for my family, although it's done through the haram platforms, wrong platforms, but that's okay. Allah will forgive me. I did many good things in my life. Allah will only count those good deeds on the Day of Judgment. That's how shaitan creeps into our mind, into our heart, to our thoughts. So we need to make sure throughout our life we are on the right path. Ya Allah, do not divert our hearts from your remembrance after you have guided us.